Hi, good morning. I'm Wendy Yuengling, Chief Administrative Officer and sixth-generation family member at Yuengling, America's oldest brewery. First of all, thank you to everyone who's joining us virtually today at Yuengling as we share some very exciting news. We have fans all over the country, many of whom regularly ask when they'll be able to enjoy Yuengling beer without having to hop on an airplane or smuggle it across state lines. To satisfy that demand and to grow our distribution footprint for the long term, we're very excited to announce a new long-term brewing partnership with MolsonCoors to expand further west. Together, our team of brewers will work hand in hand at MolsonCoors' world-class breweries and tap into their expertise in brewing and distribution to make the Yuengling brands more accessible to consumers by opening markets we can't currently reach. This partnership will allow Yuengling to expand distribution further west for the first time in our company history. The partnership will be structured as a joint venture between Yuengling and MolsonCoors. It will oversee any new market expansion beyond our existing 22-state footprint, plus any future New England expansion. We're expecting to begin by launching in the second half of 2021. The partnership will be governed by a board of directors consisting evenly of Yuengling and MolsonCoors family members and executives. My sister Jennifer and I will both serve on the board to represent the Yuengling family. Importantly, though, DG Yuengling Sons, Inc. will remain a family-owned business, and the existing company will operate separately from this new joint venture with MolsonCoors. It allows us to stay focused on our important existing markets and continue to operate and support the communities in which we operate. Next, I'd like to introduce Gavin Hattersley, Chief Executive Officer at MolsonCoors, for a few remarks.
Thanks, Wendy. Well, thank you, Wendy. Dick, Wendy, Jennifer, Debbie and Cheryl, the generations of Yuengling that have come before them have built a powerhouse here on the East Coast. Their iconic beers are beloved by those who live in a state fortunate enough to have their brands and sought after by those who are visiting. And just as is the case with a certain brand out of Golden, Colorado, more than a few people have smuggled Yuengling across state lines in the trunk of their car. But soon millions of fans won't have to resort to such tactics. I'm so proud to be standing here today with Wendy and Jennifer, Dick, Cheryl and Debbie to announce that MolsonCoors and Yuengling have created a joint venture that will lead new market expansion separate from Yuengling's existing footprint. Our expert brewers will work hand in hand with Jennifer and the Yuengling team to brew their iconic beers using their unique recipes and brewing processes. Our teams will bring analytics and category management support to the joint venture on a service basis. And Yuengling will manage their national selling and marketing strategy, brand portfolio, and chain relationships. It's a true commercial joint venture. But those are the details. To me, the benefit is as simple as it is significant. This joint venture will follow the same steady pace and discipline that has brought Yuengling success for 190 years. It's not going to go national out of the gate. But there are 25 states open for expansion under this partnership. 25 states, with tens of millions of drinkers, all with zero Yuengling distribution today. This is a huge growth opportunity for Yuengling. It's a huge growth opportunity for MolsonCoors. And at the end of the day, we're going to make a whole lot of Yuengling fans out west really happy. Today, 3 storied brewing families and their collective 18 generations of brewing excellence have come together with one goal for the future, and that's a future focused on growth. And that's a future worth celebrating. And now I'd like to turn it over to Jennifer. Jennifer?
Thank you, Gavin. I'm Jennifer Yuengling, Vice President of Operations at Yuengling. Together with our sisters Debbie and Cheryl, Wendy and I are proud to be the 6th generation helping to lead the family business with our dad. And we are happy to have had the opportunity to share this news with you about our future plans. We're equally excited about this brewing partnership and what it means for the Yuengling, Coors, and Molson family breweries. We're looking forward to bringing our iconic beers like Traditional Lager, Black and Tan, and Flight to more fans. But before we take a few questions, I wanted to take a moment to celebrate this exciting partnership by raising a glass. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And cheers to a brighter future.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, Dad.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers.
questions here. Deanne Durbin from the AP. Two questions. What's the financial arrangement here, and how long has this been in the works?
Should I take the first one, you take the second?
Sure.
Look, from a financial point of view, obviously this is all about growth. It's a 50-50 joint venture, and we're taking Yuengling to folks that have never had the opportunity to try it. So the base is zero. So, you know, from a top-line point of view, it's very positive from both a Molson Coors point of view and a Yuengling point of view. As far as cost is concerned, look, the biggest cost is going to be around capital to get our breweries into a place where we're able to brew the great Yuengling beers under Jennifer's direction. But, you know, we'll certainly fund that out of our existing capital budgets, and it's not a meaningful amount of money, frankly. Jennifer, Wendy, do you want to take the? Sure. How long?
As far as how long this has been in the works, it's been quite some time coming. We've been around for 190 years. We don't do anything quickly. We're a very slow and methodical company. So we've been kicking this around for a couple of years now, and the timing was finally right, and it brings together 3 iconic brewing families, and it allows us to partner with world-class brewers and operators to bring our beer to more fans out west. So the timing was right for us to be able to continue to grow our brands and keep our future for the long term.
Awesome. Justin Kendall at Brewbound. How many states and which states are first? That's a common one we're hearing this morning.
You want to take that one?
Yeah, you take it, Jennifer.
So our existing footprint is currently 22 states. So our company right now, as Yuengling, will maintain those 22 states. Plus there's 3 New England states, Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont, that will continue to fall under the Yuengling jurisdiction. The details of what Western states will be going into are something that we need to work out as a board, as a Molson Coors supply chain team, as we move forward. So we expect that announcement in the next several months.
Awesome. Sid Harth from Reuters had sort of a similar question. I think we just answered it. Is this a 50-50 JV? And which are the new West Coast markets Yuengling will expand into? So I think we just covered that. CNN, what are the financial terms of the JV? And are there plans in place for future operational acquisition or combination of the businesses? I don't know, Wendy, if you want to speak to that.
Yeah, I can definitely answer that. Right now, our focus is on getting the joint venture up and running, making sure that our breweries, our brands and our recipes are being produced in the Molson Coors breweries, and we're going to focus on one market at a time with very slow and steady success.
Where will Yuengling be brewed? That's also from CNN within the Molson Coors breweries.
Yeah, I mean that will be brewed in our network. We'll start off with one brewery in the beginning, and as the joint venture expands further out, we'll expand it to more of our breweries. But right now, it's just the one.
Josh Knoll at the Tribune, Chicago Tribune. Wants to know what the expansion plans will be, where and when, which we sort of addressed. What's the priority? And of course, when does Illinois get Yuengling?
I think priority for us at Yuengling and also for Molson Coors is to work hand in hand with our brewers and the Molson Coors brewers, establishing our traditional lager brand, our Black and Tan, Flight by Yuengling, and those will be our priority brands that we'll be opening a new market with.
Forbes, it sounds like a separate entity was set up to manage the JV. Can you add some clarification on how everything is functioning around that structure?
Yeah, I certainly can. Our existing 22-state footprint does not change. Nothing changes for DG Yuengling. This new joint venture is a separate entity that will focus on expansion, and it's a true joint venture. It's a 50-50 partnership between Molson Coors and Yuengling, and we'll have equal representation on the board. So 3 members from the Molson Coors family and executive team, 3 members from the Yuengling family and executive team, and Yuengling will chair the board. So we're excited to work with them on that.
One more from Forbes. How much distributor, retailer, and consumer appetite is there from Yuengling out west?
A lot. You know, we get people in here to our museum and gift shop every day from all over the country and all over the world. And, you know, My dad sees it, my sisters see it, we get requests all the time online, and states will create their own websites with Bring Yuengling to a certain market. So there's a lot of demand out there. We're very fortunate that we have such loyal consumers that want our brands out there, and we're excited that this opportunity gives us a chance to finally do that.
Yeah, and I'll just add to that from what my social feed and my texts have blown up with distributors and on social with the Yuengling drinkers that have sampled the product on this side of the country, just begging for it to come out west. So I would say the answer to that question is there's a lot of demand.
One more here. I think, Jennifer, you may have spoken to this, but which of the beers will be the first to be released in the new states as Yuengling enters new markets?
So the brands that we expect to initially roll out with will be our traditional lager brand, our Black and Tan light lager, and our newest Flight by Yuengling. And as we take our slow and deliberate approach, as we see how those brands are performing, there's certainly potential to open those markets with additional brands like Golden Pilsner, Oktoberfest, and Hershey Chocolate Porter.
Excellent. I think we'll call it a wrap for the Q&A. For folks, if you've got additional questions, you can email jennifer.martinezroth@MolsonCoors, and we'll either answer them or get some interviews set up or something as the day goes on. So appreciate it, everybody.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Well done.
Nice job.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers, Wendy. It's going to be fun.